Living with a narcissist feels like living next to a construction site that never stops. Why? Because they are so damn noisy, aren't they? They create selective noise pollution to overwhelm your senses and punish you. Their noisiness is not a habitual problem, though. It's a power drive, the proof of which lies in how they act differently when they are in public. I'm Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. The topic for this one is why a lot of narcissists are extremely noisy. But before we get started, please make sure you're subscribed. Your subscription to my channel helps in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. Let's talk about their eating habits first. When narcissists eat, what do? They often chew with their mouths open, creating loud smacking and chomping sounds. They scrape their utensils against plates, slurp their drinks, and make unnecessary noises while consuming food. It's as if they have forgotten basic table manners. But the thing is, they do not respect you. To them, you are a subhuman, so they do not care about having any table manners. The crazy part is, the same narcissist presents him or herself as refined and sophisticated when in public settings. At home, however, they eat as if they are competing in a sound effects contest. The bodily functions, I'm talking about loud farting and burping, that becomes apparent. They burp without covering their mouths or saying, "Excuse me." They make no effort whatsoever to be discreet about natural bodily functions. While everyone experiences these normal human moments, narcissists amplify them intentionally. It's as if they are marking their territory through sound. Another example, their entertainment habits reveal even more about this pattern. When watching television or scrolling through social media videos, the volume is always set to maximum. The sound blasts through the house, making it impossible for anyone else to concentrate or find peace within. Video games become an assault on the eardrums, with every explosion and sound effect rattling the walls. They show no consideration for others who may be trying to work, study, or simply exist in the same space. One of the most disturbing pattern, which you may already know, is about sleep deprivation. When you try to sleep, suddenly the narcissist becomes a whirlwind of activity. Kitchen cabinets slam shut with unnecessary force. Doors bang against frames. They clear their throats repeatedly and loudly. They stomp through hallways. Every movement seems calculated to create maximum disturbance. This sleep deprivation tactic is abuse, and it's designed to keep you off balance and exhausted so that controlling you becomes easier. Music becomes another weapon in their noise arsenal. Their favorite songs blast at volumes that would make a concert menu jealous. They sing along off key and at full volume. Why? Because they enjoy the disruption it causes. The choice of when to play this music, that's not what they care about. It interestingly often coincides with moments when others, you in this case, need quiet or concentration. In public spaces, their noisiness takes on different forms. While they may not be able to blast music in an airport, they find other ways to create disturbance through body language noise. They speak on phone calls at volumes that ensure everyone within a 50-foot radius hears their conversation. They clear their throats dramatically there too. They laugh too loudly at their own comments. How stupid. Their body language becomes expansive and disruptive, taking up more space than unnecessary. How? Well, they bump into others and create this general space of chaos around them because they're merchants of chaos. Talking about car, well, the car becomes another stage for their noise performance. Driving with a narcissist means enduring a constant stream of honking, yelling at other drivers, and cursing at anyone who dares to share the road. They rage at traffic lights, scream at pedestrians, and even direct their anger at family members in the vehicle. What should be a simple, peaceful, joyful journey becomes an exhausting ordeal of noise and aggression. Their verbal communication follows the same pattern. They do not speak, they broadcast. Every conversation happens at a volume designed to include unwilling participants. Phone calls, especially, become public performances with every detail of their day shared at maximum volume. They interrupt others mid sentence, talk over people, and dominate every discussion with their loud presence. Now, why do they do all of this? What do they get out of it? The answer is simple: noise gives them power. When they control the sound environment, they are essentially controlling everyone in it. You cannot ignore someone who is creating constant noise, can you? You cannot focus on your tasks, have your own conversations, or find your own peace when someone is deliberately filling every moment with sound. This noisiness also serves as a way to mark their territory. Like animals marking their territory, narcissists use sound to establish dominance in a space. The message is one and clear: this is their domain, and everyone else must adapt to their presence. The noise reminds everyone constantly of their existence and importance. And if you can resonate with what I'm sharing with you, just drop your experiences in the comments. Now, there is also a punitive element to their noisiness. When narcissists feel slighted, ignored, threatened, injured, they retaliate through sound. Did you dare to ask for some quiet time? Expect the television volume to increase. Did you mention you have a headache? Prepare for doors to slam with extra force. The noise becomes a weapon of punishment and control. Now, look at the hypocrisy, how they flip the script. Their double standard is maddening. The same individuals who create constant chaos with their noise demand absolute silence when they need to concentrate or rest. They expect you and your children to tiptoe around their needs while showing zero consideration for anyone else's need for peace. My father did it all the time. This hypocrisy is typical of narcissistic behavioral patterns. If nothing else, this is what tells you you're dealing with a monster. Now, the story does not end here. Maybe for them it's normal, they're not bothered by what they do. But you, as a survivor subjected to this chronic stress, you get traumatized. Constant noise creates a state of hypervigilance. Your nervous system never, unfortunately, gets to relax because you are always bracing for the next loud disruption. This chronic stress takes a toll on your physical and mental health. Sleep deprivation, anxiety, difficulty concentrating, and even physical symptoms like headaches and digestive issues can result from living in this constant state of auditory assault. Unfortunately, children in these environments develop their own coping mechanisms. A lot of them become extremely quiet themselves, trying to disappear into silence as if they're creating their own. Others develop anxiety around loud noises that persists into adulthood. The home, which should be a place of safety and peace, becomes a source of stress and unpredictability. Now, recovery from this kind of torture and trauma requires a lot of peace later on. By later on, I mean after you go no contact with them. It involves reclaiming your right to peace and quiet. One of the most healing aspects of leaving a narcissistic relationship is the simple joy of silence for these reasons. Think about this: the ability to exist in a quiet space, to control your own sound environment, and to not constantly brace for the next audio assault becomes profoundly healing. And that is what you have to aim at. What I'm sharing with you is what I have personally experienced, which is why I struggled with sensory overwhelm for a very long time. To this day, I use earbuds and eye shades when I go to sleep. My room has to be completely dark and silent for me to be able to fall asleep peacefully. So you need to give your nervous system a real break. You need to find your inner rhythm in the silence. Maybe in the beginning you might get afraid of the silence because you're not used to that. It may feel unfamiliar, but when you will start resting in it, you will find yourself. And that's what you got to do. That's what healing is all about. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments and share your experiences, please. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.